Hey guys, welcome to CSS Mentor. This is your instructor Miriam for the course of Anthropology. Today we will be studying the subfields of anthropology. This part of our lecture series is divided into 4 parts, and this being the first one. So, in order to follow, be sure to like and subscribe and start taking notes. So, let's get to it. The first part today we are going to study covers physical and biological anthropology. So, what is physical anthropology? So, physical anthropology is basically the study of humans from a biological perspective. And essentially, physical anthropologists are mostly concerned with two broad areas of investigation. So, let's see what the scope of their study is. Okay, so on the one hand, uh, physical anthropologists are interested in the reconstructing of the evolutionary record of human species. In simple words, they ask questions about the emergence of humans and how humans have evolved up to present time. This scope of the field is more focused on by paleoanthropologists. Meanwhile, other physical anthropologists are concerned with how and why the physical traits of contemporary human populations vary throughout the world. And this area of investigation is basically called human variation. So they study race concepts and the physical variations among humans. So aside from this scope, there is one more important aspect of physical anthropology: primatology. Since the 1950s, physical anthropologists have developed an area of specialization of their own that helps shed light on human evolution and adaptation over time. So the field of primatology, basically, it is the study of our nearest living relatives, as they say, apes, monkeys, and prosimians in their natural habitats. So, for example, the distribution and characteristics of nut-cracking behavior of certain chimpanzee populations have been used by these researchers as a model for understanding the development of tool use behavior in human evolution. So basically, physical anthropologists end up studying a variety of aspects of human evolutionary biology. So some examine fossils and apply their observations to understanding human evolution. Others compare morphological, biochemical, genetic, and physiological adaptations of living humans to their environments. And still others observe behavior of humans and non-human primates, such as monkeys and apes, to understand the roots of human behavior. So moving on, the second part is biological anthropology. First, we need to understand the relation between biology and culture. So, to anthropologists, humans must be understood in terms of shared learned behavior as well as biology, known as biocultural approach. So, in addition to biology, there are certain limits on our potential behavior. For example, all human cultures have some type of social structure that provides for the care of children until they are old enough to fend for themselves. So this is not simply kindness to children, as biological anthropologists suggest that our biological positions as mammals actually requires such attentiveness to children for survival, and in contrast to some animal species whose infants need little or no care. So, a variety of cultural factors, such as economic systems and marriage patterns, also affect population growth. And basically, biological anthropologists focus on how biology and what role biology has played in the development of our culture. Moving on, and another important concept is human race. So basically, human racial diversity is a result of people in a geographic area intermarrying and being exposed to a number of biological processes and adapting slowly to local environments. So, these biological processes include combining and recombining inherited genetic material over the generations, which ends up producing offsprings and descendants who differ from their parents and ancestors. Besides this, the environment may favor certain characteristics, producing populations that are, on average, taller or darker or more rugged than other populations from other geographic areas. So, um, isolation and inbreeding of some populations may end up producing differences as well. And these natural processes occur in humans as well as other animals and are the source of much study in biology and anthropology. So, to better get a grasp of this, let's look at cultural adaptation, how this is basically how biology has been adapted in culture and created cultural adaptations for particular humans in particular geographic areas. So on the left, you can see members of the Inuit tribe, and on the right, you can see a Maasai cattle herder. And this illustrates the relationship between the body size, the body shape, and climate predicted by the Bergman and Allen rules. So the shorter and stockier build of the Inuit is actually better adapted for cold climate, and the taller and thinner body of the Maasai herder is actually better adapted for a hot climate. So basically, cultural relativism is very important. You cannot compare the body shape and the body size of two people or members of a community that belong to different geographic locations because somehow their bodies also culturally adapt to their geographic locations. And this is basically how physical and biological anthropology works. And so, in summary, physical and biological anthropology studies primates and human ancestors and explores how biology shapes human behavior and societies. This field bridges biology and anthropology to understand human physical development and variations. Thank you so much for your time. I hope you enjoyed the lecture. Be sure to follow to learn more of this lecture. Thank you. Have a good day.